You might have noticed something in the last episode that I made a mistake. Actually, quite a funny one. Hello guys, and welcome back to the Hamlet save. We only had 2 games to play before the Fleet game here, and the first one was against Oxford. As you can see here, well, 3-0, so that's quite exciting. Goals from Jack Holland, popping up with a really nice goal, actually. And Danny Mills, also a very decent goal from him. And to finish it off, who other than Labidi in the 92th minute? That's brilliant from him. So a 3-0 victory, but it wasn't as good as the result might tell you it is. During this match, I actually changed tactic to... Well, I didn't see our wingers do anything good, and I also noticed a mistake that I want to get into later on. But yeah, I changed a couple of things around because I didn't see what I was liking. And when I did, after the half, as you can see here, we did find the room we need, because the wingers didn't find the room they need. It was very congested in the central areas, and yeah, instead of forcing the hand for the wingers, forcing our play through the wings, I just took that off, and that did it. That did it, along with one other thing, but we'll get to that later on. And the final game we have to talk about here before we're getting into Fleet is in the FA Trophy. It is against a team called Mangotsfield. I don't think I've ever heard of them. They are in the divisions below us. I think one division below, or one tier level below us. And I mean, as you can see here from the stats, 42 shots, 15 shots on target. Now that might, we were in complete control, a position of 67%, and there is a reason for this, and I'll get into it after when we're looking at tactics. But yeah, great to see Danny Mills popping up with a goal again. Of course, I feel like the crosses and wing play are kind of nerfed, but Danny Mills is still popping up with a goal. So it's hard to complain too much about it. And Darren McQueen with a penalty as well. So yeah. I mean, 2-0 is not a lot when we look at how many shots we had. So I'm a little bit worried about that. And as we can see down here in the shot result, it's like half and half when we talk about long range and inside the box. A little bit worrying, but this was a very different match compared to some of them we have in the league. But still, we have to worry about taking this many shots and only scoring 2 goals, right? That brings us up to today's game, at least one of 2, but this is the big one. This is Fleet at home, and Fleet is second in the league, predicted 4 in the media, so this is going to be a big game for us. You might have noticed something in the last episode that I made a mistake, actually quite a funny one, because in here, in the out of possession kind of the overview here, I clicked on stay on feed instead of get stuck in. So we actually played that game with stay on feed, and we won that game, 3-0 for Bath. But during the last 2 games, I noticed that we didn't really have much, and that is one of the things that in the first game I played against Oxford, we didn't really gain enough possession, and I think it's stay on feed that might be it. So I'm going get stuck in instead, because that is kind of what I want to do. I want to control the games, and if they are trying to, and also, so a couple of things, yeah. It's hard to tell what exactly is happening with the new match engine. So I'm struggling also here. So, but what I think I want to do now, because I think crosses is not as good anymore, I want to force them outside again. I want to try force them outside. If they do get possession and they do get us down into our own half, I want them to get crosses instead of trying to beat us on the inside. So let's do that. But everything else is as it normally is here. So, oh yeah, work the ball into the box. That's also something new. I find that is also one of the things I did in the Oxford game, because it didn't work with focus play down the right. We didn't find space or at all. I couldn't find any space at all. So I just decided, okay, let's just work the ball into the box. Also, maybe get a little bit more quality shots on target instead of just shooting from range. might work out, and it kind of did. As you saw, we got 3 goals in the second half. Last match, that FA Trophy, hard to tell exactly what happened there. So many shots, and they were just standing so low with a low block, 2 defensive midfielders, and just they didn't want to play. I don't even think they had a highlight, to be honest. And now we're playing on extended highlights. I don't think they had a highlight at all. So, well, yeah. So this is version 13 of our. Again, don't take it serious. I'm just changing it every time. I'm just saving it every time. So there we go. That is the tactic for today. The players we're going to play with is Charlie G, Bob, Holland, Mayunga, Blackman, Friel, Timlin, Candy, Cooper, McQueen, and Mills up top. And if we can win this one, I am going to go out and say, well, that's going to be a top 2 then. That's going to be a top 2 placement in the league for us. Especially with the thought process that we only have the trophy to play elsewhere. So, we don't have the FA Cup to think about. So we're keeping quite fit for, our starting 11 and also 5-6 other guys. So I think we're looking quite all right for the league if we win this one. If we're not winning this one, well, let's say top 4 maybe then. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into this big match. Quickly, before we are getting into the dressing room here, I just noticed this. Sometimes I'm just noticing something I want to show you. So their form is excellent, just like ours. So, well, that's... But the funny thing here is they're playing a 4-4-2, and I remember I just saw it like 10 minutes ago in the data hub that we are actually doing really well against 4-4-2 formation. So maybe that's a hint on us maybe coming out on top in this one. But let's get into the dressing room here and see what we can tell the guys. Carry on from the last performance. I mean, that's the logical choice here. I think I'm going to go with no gesture and just... Well, Mills got motivated, so that's a good thing because he's usually our goal scorer. So let's hope that's going to work out. I think we're going to key highlights. Actually, no, because I have no idea what's going on with the match engine yet. I want to play on extended, and you know what? There was not a lot of showcasing other games anyway, so we got time. We got time here to see a little bit more about this match engine and see what is going on against an opponent that is probably likely equal to us. In strength, but yeah, let's see how it goes. They seem to have the first shot, but I don't think it was on target. But let's see what's going on here. Well, okay, very odd defending there with the back of the head, but I'll take it. So we're standing pretty low for now, and they are attacking us. Okay. Ooh, that's an odd tackle, sliding tackle into nothing. Ooh, this doesn't look good. Candy, can he... Yeah, he's just closing him down. Okay, that's all right. I mean, we are forcing them on the outside, so let's just take a quick look here. 5 minutes in, they have 4 shots, 1 on target. See, we need to change something because they are completely dominating here. I think we're going to go for cautious. I might want to change something in here as well because I don't think the ball into the box here is working right now. Let's just take that off, pass into space, because here's the thing. If they're dominating the early game, I might as well take this out. And, you know what, also pass a little bit more direct. I don't really want that. Play out of defense. You know what, take that off. Just for now. I'm probably going to take it in again in 15, 20 minutes time. But for now, we don't have anything. They are dominating us. So let's just let them do that for a few 15, 20 minutes, and then maybe change over again when the game settles. What is this? Mayunga to Mark Bingham. Sure, do it. I didn't do any opposition instructions, so maybe it's a good thing to do this. Okay, another header. Again, forcing them outside, it might be okay. Maybe a highlight for us here now? Could be. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's some really nice... Ooh, the shadow striker might be in. You know what? I'll take it. Very interesting movement from Candy there. I really like that. So we got 1 shot. And Timlin with the free kick here. Ooh, it could be... Nah, it's actually really poor. That was really bad. Okay, but at least we're seeing a little bit more coming our way now. 12 minutes in. Good corner here. Mills with the corner. And that's the first corner goal I've seen since I moved into the live version of the game. Great to see that we can still score from corners and set pieces. That is brilliant. Actually, this is a really good corner. Outswinger even. Really well done by Mills here. Loved it. And I think we can probably. Seems like they are giving us control now, so we can easily go back on work ball into the box here, and I think also play out of defense. And no, that's fine. That's fine. That is also okay. I think we're going back to balanced as well. So back to what we actually came from to begin with in this game. But you know what? It's only 10 minutes later, but what a difference those 10 minutes does to a team, right? So, or at least to our experience of the game. So we need to see if they are getting back here on. Okay, that's interesting. And what I'm saying here, what is interesting is that I changed back to the other thing, and it seems like they might be getting back control, which I don't really understand right now. But you know what? Changes to the match engine. Maybe it's because they're getting us on the counter here. No, not really. We're doing really well with the defense, or defensive aspects of our I don't know if that was tighter marking coming into play or just get stuck in. I think it was get stuck in, getting us that tackle in. Pretty good movement here from Mills and Cooper. Ooh, that got reflected. Pretty good block there from them. Well, we get a corner, and we know we are pretty dangerous on corners. Yeah, sure. Let's press him. Mayonga. Ooh, I thought that went in. Nope, it was it was pretty far out for a header, but you know what? I'll take it. But it might not work out. What I changed back to might not work out here. It seems like we're doing a little bit worse now. Maybe take this off. Actually, take both of these off again. And just go for the balanced mentality, because we are in front. I don't need to sit cautiously and waiting for them. I think we can definitely bring a game to them, but maybe work the ball into the box and play out of defense is... I don't know, play out of defense seems like a good idea. But maybe work ball into the box is letting us not get enough shots on target. And thereby not getting us enough set piece chances. Also, we are not playing for set pieces anymore. I might actually do that again, because I still feel like we are pretty decent on the set pieces. It's probably not just as overpowered as it was before, but we should still be good. I want to actually. Could I see the heat map? I want to see the heat map right now after 27 minutes. Let's see it after this highlight for them. Okay, forcing them outside again here. That's pretty good. Ooh, nice block. And now Mills is in space, probably going for the winger here. Yeah, that's lovely. McQueen, can he get a good cross in, finding one of all the guys we have in there? It should have been a goal, man. That was a big chance. Pretty good block again, but Mills is in, and Cooper finally dropping again after a bit of ping-ponging. Lovely stuff from Cooper, and lovely stuff from our movement going forward here. So it seems like this was kind of a counter, but they were getting back. But yeah, that was that block right there. I mean, what a block that is. But Candy doing ever so well to picking up the scrapes, and Mills, Cooper sitting in the small box area and just getting that goal. That's brilliant. So 2-0 up against Ipsfleet. That is big. That is really big. Tactical changes after... Yeah, I don't even know if I should do it now. You know what? Just cancel it, actually. And now I want to see what is going on with the heat map. What? Okay. I guess the heat map is not working right now. For some reason. Maybe I need to... I don't know. I think it worked in the other games, so... I don't know. Maybe I need to reload the skin or something? No idea. No idea. That's a little bit annoying, but you know what? I can probably see the heat map after the game anyway, so I just probably need to reload the skin after this game. Ooh, that's... I mean, Friel, I applaud the idea, but it didn't work out because Cooper was not fast enough. But the Shadow Striker is really working well. I think the Shadow Striker is a really important role along... I mean, all the roles are important, it seems. There are just some that seems to be working, a little bit better than others, or just, that's a good goal. That's a good goal. And pretty poor from Bob, but he's not good in the air. So yeah, I'm not surprised about this goal. But it was over the top, a through ball, but still we kind of allowed this goal to. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this, to be honest. We are up against a good team, and I'm not surprised that they are gonna get a good header on when they are up against Bob. Okay, the heat map is back. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it looks really good for us. I mean, we are all the players are exactly where I want them to be. The heat map itself, the blue lines here, all the blue colors they are all over the place, which I like to see, because I don't want to be congested into a defined space. I want to play everywhere on the pitch here. So and you can see them, they're pretty congested in the central parts of the field, which is nice to see. Because they are not really they're not having much. Well, they do have a bit over here on our left side, which is to our stronger side, actually. Timlin, Mayunga, and Blackman's side here. That is a little bit concerning to me, but you know what? So far, so good. We're having the best XG, of course, but they are getting small chances. So are we, but we had that one big chance. And I mean, if this is gonna be a draw in the end, I'm still happy about it. I'm actually gonna change it back to what we did before again. I feel like that's the right choice to do here. I just feel like you just have that feeling sometimes. That I just have that feeling here that that's the right choice to do. So a lot of changes in this match, that's for sure. Way more than I'm normally doing, but I'm changing back to something more simple, and I'm okay with that. Okay, they are getting chances, but we're getting the highlight, maybe? That's a good ball into Friel, a good ball into Mills. Finding Candy, can he find? Yes! Come on, boys. That was lovely. Wow. I mean, I'm actually surprised here. So, Blackman to McQueen. Back to Timlin, and this ball up into Friel in the midfield was really good. But this ball the ball from Mills was not that great. It was Candy's movement, his acceleration and pace, bringing him into that situation where he could round the keeper. That was the real deal. But also I don't know what they did here, because they didn't really. They should probably have marked us a lot tighter, because it was too easy to play through them. Again here, way too easy to play through them. Bringing ourselves into the final third. No, we're going back to Bob and Friel. Back to Bob again. Over the top. No, that was a pretty poor decision by Bob. And now it's their turn to probably get a highlight. Let's see. Nope. We are... Mayunga is doing well in the defense here, bringing the header down to Friel. So maybe another chance for us. I feel like the wingers are doing really well here. Candy, another cross. Mills. I'll take it. I mean, it's on target, and you know that if he's doing that 3 or 4 times, he's going to score. So, yeah, I can't really complain about it. Mayunga, again, really nice. Timlin into Cooper. The Shadow Striker can run into space. McQueen turning inside, which is a little bit odd for a winger to do. But, again, another shot on target, a little bit further out this time with his header. I'll take it. We're looking great. I mean, I can't complain at all. We're looking really great. With our attacking movement, it's looking brilliant. It's looking absolutely brilliant. So not many complaints from here, and all their chances are pretty small. So that one goal they got, it's from a very small chance, and I'm not surprised it happened. Like I said, it's pretty good. 92%. That's probably after we went into the live version. Actually, this also happened in the beta. I think that's the only thing I right now can say it seems a little bit out of place. That shouldn't be 92% pass completion in the 6th tier of English division football, and that's so out of place. But it has been for years and years and years. So I'm not surprised seeing that at all. We had the better quality here. We just had more quality than them, but they are definitely in this game. But they are just 2 goals behind. We are a little bit lucky being in front with 2 goals, I feel like. But, I mean, if we can do this well against Ebbsfleet, we can definitely win the league. So let's just continue. I don't want to change anything. Let's just point the finger. No, we're not going to point fingers. We're going to go hands on hips and say, I'm happy with the performance. They loved it. Good. Hands on hips. Black man. Let's see if this is a highlight from the get-go. It could be. It could be. Mayunga over the top. That's not how we like to play. Especially not with Mills up there. He's not fast enough to... Whoa! Okay, it was a highlight, just not for us. And another through ball that I'm not surprised it's through balls that we are struggling with, to be honest, because we got high lines. We are doing high lines. But not engagement, not high lines of engagement. We actually got lower engagement. But yeah, Cooper into Mills. There we go. A second goal from a corner of this match. Perfect. Set pieces still works if you set them up correctly, which I have. Directly into Mills on the near post. Big lads on the near post, in swingers or out swingers, doesn't matter. It's all good. That works. That works. So maybe the set pieces are still a little bit overpowered. I don't know, or maybe we just have a really good setup for set pieces. Could also be the case, but I feel like set pieces are overpowered because that's the same thing I saw in my other beta. Wow, my other beta save, or my beta save in the Swedish divisions. That set pieces was very overpowered, especially corners, as we almost saw here again, but from them. 4-1. I mean, lethal. Okay, another corner. I'm afraid now. I'm afraid. Ooh, dealt with it, but still having possession here. That's a good goal. If it's not offside, it doesn't seem offside. That's a very good goal, and we need to see it again here. So after a corner, they pick up the second ball out to the guy taking the corner. This guy is definitely offside, but let's see. How is this not offside? Oh, you bloody! Who is this? Blackman. Yeah. Yeah. That's really poor defending by Blackman. I mean, that is horrible defending. He should have been offside all day long, this guy. But no, Blackman decided to... I don't know. I don't even know what he decided to do. That was just idiotic. Cooper, with good movement. Mills, can he... almost a good long shot, but you know what? I love the movements. And I'm surprised with how many good attacking movements we are seeing in the middle of the ground or in the middle of the pitch. That's an odd corner. Mills was nowhere to be seen. Friel. That's a good ball out to Cooper. Can he find a cross? No, he's going back to Holland, who maybe crossed it here. I don't know. Friel. Timlin. What are we up to here? Mills. Okay, we're going back. We're going back. Then we're finding space out here for McQueen to run into, and then across into Mills, and that's, again, it's okay. But he should probably score at least one goal with his header here from open play. Candy, and he got space to move into here, so definitely the wingers with their pretty decent pace and acceleration in this level of football is pretty good. They find a lot of space in this game, at least. But like we saw in the build-up, 4-4-2 or playing against 4-4-2 seems to be really good for us with this formation and maybe also the tactics. But especially probably our formation is really good against 4-4-2s, it seems. We are really opening up 4-4-2s really well. Cooper back to Holland. So we're building up from... but they actually do some really high lines here. They're almost up to the midline. It's pretty it's pretty stupid against us because we got some really fast wingers and also shadow strikers. So I don't know what they're thinking here. Cooper finding Candy, back to Cooper and into Mills, and yes, we got our header from open play. There we go, Mills, and that is also a hat trick. Lovely work. 5-2 after 63 minutes. Crazy stuff here. Love it. It's an awesome game to watch. But lovely stuff from Mills, and also really good from both Candy and Cooper here. I mean, everyone in our front line is doing well, and that is all four of them in the front line is doing really well. Look at these: 10.0, 7, 9.4, and 8.1. Against the best, well, at least one of the best opponents in the league, sitting number 2 in the league. I mean, we just killed Bath 3-0. Now we are killing off Ipsfleet 5-2 or maybe more. But I have a feeling that this game is not gone. I mean, they can still come back. They can still score goals here. Okay. Pretty good movement from Tanner. Let's see if they get a chance here. Ooh, that's a pretty decent tackle. But Charlie G couldn't hold on to that. But I'll take it. I'll take it. A good save in the end, actually. Let's see the corner here. Again, another good save by Charlie G, I think it is. Actually, compared to his star ratings and compared to his stats, Charlie G has been pretty damn good. I'm very surprised by this goalkeeper. He's been pretty awesome. That's a pretty bad long shot. But yeah, Charlie G has been a pretty good goalkeeper for me. And I mean, if we are going up into the next league, we need a new goalkeeper. But if we are staying in this one, and if we are not getting... well done, Charlie. If we're not going up through the playoffs or whatever, we're probably going to stick to Charlie G, I think. Because he's been pretty decent. Well, I'm not sure, because it all depends on the... I actually think that was a pretty good ball forward, but Candy didn't really wanted to run for it. Ooh, that's a mistake, but we do bring it back here. Mills, this seems like a little bit of a... yeah, there was a lot of turnovers here, or mistakes made. Cooper, another mistake leading into a counter for them. Ooh, that's a good pass for them. Let's see if Charlie G is gonna... No, we are gonna push him outside. That's pretty good defensive work. And that led to... somewhat decent header, but still just forcing him in on the outside here. I think it was Mayunga doing really well, pushing him out towards the lines. And yeah, that's just great defensive work. I think we need to do a couple of... I think Mayunga could come out here, so he's fit for the next match. Yeah, he's pretty poor condition now, so let's take him off for Taylor. Taylor is a pretty... he's probably the best thing I could put on that is outside the first 11. Well, McGregor is also out here, but he actually is a little bit ill, so I put... He was ill, but he was not so ill that I didn't want to put him on the bench. But I'm not going to take him on unless I need to. I think we're going to do a double sub here. We are 74 minutes in, so yeah, let's go for it. Blackman, he's been pretty poor, actually. So has Bob. I didn't like that goal. That he should probably have dealt better. But I don't think his jumping is that good. Jumping 9, heading 6. Strength 10 also plays into that. Yeah. I mean, he's an okay player, but you know, I'm not surprised that he was being jumped at and looked like a very little boy in that situation when they scored the first goal. I don't really see what I can do here. I mean, I could put on Dayton or Green, but that would just to be saving some condition on someone else. I think Candy probably... I think Mills and Cooper just deserves to be in there, basically. If they... I mean, they already have rating 10, so I could take them out just because... I think actually Cooper... You know what? I'm going to lose Cooper soon enough. I think I'm taking off Danny Mills for someone because... 5-2. It's not over. It's not over. I don't want to... See, I don't have my other target man with me, so... I don't want to take him out because he's so important for our attacking movements. So, Cooper? Yeah, let's put on Khalil. Why not? Let's put on Khalil. Very strange stop here because I didn't really need to do it. Let's move on with time. Yeah, very, very strange of me to actually take off a 10.0 player. But you know what? Saving a little bit of condition on him and also getting... Okay, let's see here if Candy can cross it into McQueen. That's not the right target, but okay. Blackman picking up the second ball. Timlin into McQueen. McQueen with a half poor shot, and it was also offside, so who cares? But yeah, I mean, Khalil is probably my second choice right now compared to Cooper. So, yeah. Free kick. Did it hit the wall? I'm not sure. Otherwise, it looked very strange. Wow, look, did you see how many shots they had? I think they had 26 shots, if I'm not mistaken. Let's actually pull it down and see. 27 shots, 22 for odds. Very open game. Very, very open game. We have the possession most of the time. What a crazy match this is, man. What a crazy match. Do they have a chance here? If they do, well done again by Charlie G. Nicely done. I mean, he should save that one. And then a pretty poor attempt there from a header. But yeah, again, Charlie G, 7.5. He's doing so great. We are going to do a change after this highlight. Nah, not the best header from McQueen here, but I'm not expecting him to do well with headers. Actually, let's take him off, because I want him to be ready for the next match, I think. You know what? I think we're so far in now, we can take Mills off and just save a little bit on him. We can put Green on as advanced forward, I guess, maybe? Yeah, sure. That will do. That will do. Oh, okay. Well, it's only 5 minutes left. And it's offside anyway. So let's see what actually happened here. Yeah, that's offside, of course. Yeah, but pretty poor by Charlie G. That's a big mistake by him. Just praising him, and then he made a horrible mistake. Of course, that's again the curse of the commentary. Typical. Let's see, 91 minutes in, so this is probably a highlight because there are 4 minutes or extra time. So Friel into Green, a pretty good shot. You know what? I thought it was actually a pretty good shot, a pretty good save as well. It looked like it was going for the top bins, so pretty good save. Blackman, let's see if he can turn his man here. He got the acceleration to, yeah, there we go. And then a decent cross into Candy, but he didn't really get his header on it. Candy, let's see if he got, nah, he's probably getting tired now. There we go, end of the game, but what a game that was. Holy moly, what a game. Love to see it. Crazy amounts of stats here going on. I mean, what is going on with this game? This was so great. Tackles won. 86. Okay. They had a lot of tackles. They won a lot of tackles, but that's because we had the possessioning. Interesting. Half chances, 5. No clear-cut chances for any of the game. So, I mean, both the teams were pretty good defending. I'm saying that with a 5-2 result here. Crazy enough, but no clear-cut chances? Except from one? What? But yeah, 1.94 for both teams in the XG. This is so odd. It's so even. And still we came out on top because we just have really good set-piece takers and really, actually not really good set-piece takers, but just executing our set pieces really well. I think I won because of that, to be honest. Was it 3 set-piece goals, I think? So that would bring it down to 2-2 if we didn't get those goals. Very interesting game. Let's get out, and I think I'm gonna leave it at 1 game this episode because this was a really long game. So let's get out of this game and see what's going on out there. It didn't bring us to the top of the league since Bath seemed to have won their game as well, but we do have 1 game in hand on them, but we still can't reach them just with 1 game. So it's gonna be interesting to see the next couple of games, which you won't see before next episode, but something exciting to look forward to the next couple of games, the highlights from those games. But yeah, it's we're gonna take the second place here instead of Ebbsfleet, which is also pretty cool. And if we're looking at the losses, we are the only team that haven't lost a game. I mean, and 31 in the plus in the goal difference. It looks good. It looks really good. One thing I want to do before we are leaving, actually a couple of things I want to do before we are leaving because we don't have another match, is going in here because after what we have seen here, I think there is an indication of not doing this and also not playing out of defense, actually. I think we are going very simple here, passing into space when we have in possession and just let the boys play, basically, instead of restricting them from working ball into box and play out of defense. They can go over the top if they like to. I don't mind that because we do have the wingers to do it, and I can change it during the game because this game, what I was seeing in this game is it was a ping pong game, man. And when we're playing against a weaker opponent, we might want to play out of defense and also work ball into the box. Otherwise, it might be hard to find space if they are, very, very narrow in their build and also sitting back. Then it might be hard. But you know what? Let's go back to this kind of build. I don't think there's anything else I want to change here. I think that's just it. And then we can save it and call it version 14. There we go. Save. Thank you. So yeah, that's usually how I'm doing stuff when I'm, just after a match, I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna make a change here and done deal, and we can move on. But a couple of other things actually happen in between the episodes here that I want to discuss with you guys, or want to show you at least. So I decided to go to the board and tell them that I wanted one more coach and also one more scout, or at least I could get one more of those two things. And they decided that that was okay. And my decision to do that is because our finances are, of course, looking quite good, as we saw in the last episode. So I think I could easily get in. And the most important thing was, of course, the scout, because that's going to help me out in the long term. So we got two new people in. We got Esi Uduku, who is a scout, a pretty good one, also Nigerian. So we got a little bit, again, from the African side here. We actually got quite a few Africans in our staff. I think that's the third African, actually. Yeah, the other ones are from Celona. What is it called, this country? I don't remember this country. What is it called? Sierra Leone. Yeah, a very small country, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, another scout, and he's a pretty good one. Another 300 wages, if I'm not mistaken. That's actually not him. There we go, 275 wages. Pretty decent, but I'll show you why I need him in just a moment here. Because we also have a new coach, and it is none other than Joe Cole. Joe Cole is coming in as a coach. And I wouldn't say he was the best, but he was probably in top 5 of the staff I could get for this role. Now, he's just gonna... he's actually a little bit better in judging player ability and potential than the other staff that I have. So I am using him in a couple of different ways. And he also got some decent motivating, and his determination is definitely making sure that we might keep him for longer, because he could develop into a better coach. We already, giving him a better coach... what is it called? Coach badge? Is that what it's called? Yeah, upgrading that on him. So, yeah, let's get into why I wanted a new scout, because I haven't really told you about anything about how I'm scouting and how I'm doing my player searches and stuff like that. So let's get into it, actually. So if we start here on the scouting center, I think for me and the way that I play, it's very important to go into the filters and actually filter out what you want to see in your inboxes. If we're doing this, I would probably see more. Yeah, there we go. A lot more. And if we take a look at this guy, we can see that I'm playing with masking on. Now, I don't really need to see more than my scouting report to say I probably don't need this player. Therefore, I don't even need to see it to begin with. I only want B+ kind of recommendations in my inbox. But because we're playing with masking on, scouting is quite important. Because I don't know. And another thing that I want to tell you, I don't go into player search for more than one reason. I think it's a little bit unrealistic. I think player searches are very unrealistic. I'd rather rely more on scouting. And scout reports don't only come from scouts, actually. It also comes from agents telling you, this guy is free. Do you want him? So, there are not only scouting from scouts. Sometimes you just get something in your reports by how you're filtering it. As you can see here, you can set it up right here if you wanna. What did I set it to Scouting Center? I actually want it in my inbox. So when an agent offers someone, you will get it in the inbox, and you can set it up how you like it here. So that is also very important, because many of the players that we actually have seen so far are just agent offers. Just an agent that just offers me a player. And to get an idea if that player is any good, we need scouts, of course. We need some kind of report on him. Otherwise, we don't know anything. So that is my main reason to get a new scout. Now, what I do when I do get these things in my inbox is, since I already have filtered it, I'm just gonna do this and add them all to my shortlist. Now, shortlist, I find very realistic. I mean, any manager in the world, probably in any high tier level football or even low tier, probably have some kind of short list of players that they get from their scouts and analysts and, stuff like that. So they probably have a list of players that they're going to keep up with, and keep scouting until they have full knowledge, or when they see they don't really need that player, then they're taking them out again. So if some of these are being, by recommendation from my scouts, are being knocked down to a C or a B minus, well, out they are. I don't need them then. I only want players that are likely to be good, and then I keep scouting them. As you can see, some of them are not scouted completely here. That is why I needed a second scout, because before, if we're looking at assignments here, before I only had one guy and he could only do the next position. So he was always traveling a lot, and thereby I didn't have a scout that I was actually scouting players, but also keeping up with the shortlist. Now I do have someone. They will both keep up with the shortlist. But now we have one more extra body in there that can do some of the scouting for us for the shortlist, because this is going to be important when we are continuing our run. We need to have some knowledge about some players that we could potentially sign that are both good and also pretty cheap in wages when we are making probably an overhaul to the squad down the road. So that is how I'm doing things, and I feel like it's realistic. I feel like it suits how I like to play. And you might go into the player search and find players in there and just take 50 players and put them in on trial and you can do that, but I don't really like. I'll put some of these on trial because I know about them. I know about them from scoutings and from agents and stuff like that. And when we get to a transfer window, I'll probably put some of them on trial if I can. Otherwise, I might just sign them directly because I already have the knowledge of them because they are on my shortlist. So that's how I'm doing it. And as you can see, pretty much all of them are youngsters. A few of them are older, like this guy, Cunningham. And we still don't know too much about him, but he looks like a pretty decent player. So yeah, and he's a B+. So I think probably an agent made him available, but he's maybe the max asking maximum wages demands here, 550. Might be too much. We don't really know. We don't really know where we are sitting at the end of this season. So I just wanted to tell you about my scouting because I haven't really told you about it, and that is how I'm doing stuff. So there you go. Looking at the schedule here near the end of this episode, of course, I tend to like to not play too many games in between episodes. And I honestly feel like that's the best thing to do. Like, keep it at 5, 6, maximum maybe 7, very highly 8 maybe. And I'm looking for games that I think is going to be, interesting for us to play. And I was looking at Sloth here. They are 6th in the league. And I didn't really see anything else I want to play here before that. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in. Or, well, that's the 7th game. And I feel like that's a pretty good... I mean, yeah, I'm going to have more episodes per season than most YouTubers do. But you know what? I don't care. That's just how I do stuff. So, I can easily make more episodes than most YouTubers. So, take that. So, I think we're going to come back for the Sloth game unless something is happening. So maybe Sloth and Concord could be... this is away from home, so it's going to be a big game. I'm sure about it. It's going to be a pretty big game, this one. So there you go, guys. I hope you liked it. It was a pretty interesting episode. 5-2 against Eppley. That was interesting. I mean, holy moly, that was a good game. And leave a like if you did. So see you around next time.